questions with a C++ code, and we're going to explain it a little bit. Okay, move on. Let's just start to the first question here. A program receives inputs of two integers from the users. Then after receiving the two inputs, the program will provide output in the form of the largest integer entered by the users. Okay. See here, first thing first, we have to do, yes, all the basics here. The name, include the IO streams, and then just default functions, and then now we can start to code this. First, we have to declare two of the variables so the users can input two integers which name number one and number two, and then we ask the user to input the both of the integer, and then after that we have this conditional statement. If number one is bigger or equal than number two, then the largest integer inputted by the user is number one. Otherwise, it will be it will be the number two over here. Wait. Yes. Like this. Yes. Then let's try to run the code. First, we compile the code. Okay. Then we run the code. 1 and 2. Okay, so that's the largest integer. What if it's the same? It will return 1. Yes, just like that. Okay, that's all for exercise 1. The next question will be explained by my friend.
Guys, 1 minute.
The next question will be explained by my friend.
I'm already over here. Just it will take a little bit time. Sorry for that.
Yes.
1 minute. So I'm going to tell you about the second question. So first of all, Chan, can you show the question?
Yes.
So this is the question over here, in which a program receives two integers from the user. After receiving input of two integers, the program provide output in the form of largest odd integer entered by the user. So the question is same, just we have one more thing is odd number over here, and it should be noted that there is possibility there are no odd numbers entered by the user at all. So there are also chances that we didn't put any odd number, we give some even integers, so this will happen. So we are going to do according to this. So sorry guys, it will take quite time for that, but sorry for that. So first of all, this is our pre-processor directive as stream, which we have to use input output. This is our statement include. As always, we have to remember first these two statements over here. And then first of all, like in the program, they tell us to do like two integers. Then first of all we declare two integers, and then see out our output on the program will be like enter two integers, and we have like save two integers number one and number two over here, and we put largest odd number here -1, so it will be helpful for like positive integers. And then this is our logic. If number 1 divided by 2 is not equal to 0, if this happen, it is odd number, then we call it the largest odd number. Then same thing we have to do over here. If num2 is mod 2 is not equal to 0, then it is called odd number. Then if this happens, then we have to do the comparison. If largest odd is smaller or less than num2, then largest odd be num2. So if the largest odd will be equal to the -1, so it means there will be no odd number, because in the question they said there will be also chances where we didn't give any there is possibility that we didn't give any odd number also. And the last, we have like the C out will be the largest odd number, and according to these conditions it will tell us. Like I will do the, so you can see I will put like 3 and 4. You can see the largest odd integer is 3 over here. We can do more, like you can say, if we I give like two integers once a time, no integers, like I give him 2 and 4, 2 and 4, you can see there is no odd number. So this is the thing we have to understand the logic over here. So this is all from me. The next question will be like explaining by from my friend Chandra.
Okay, move on to the third questions here. A program receives inputs of three integers from the user. After receive the inputs, the integers, the program will provide output in the form of largest integer. Okay, so it's basically the same as the first, but the only difference is now the inputs are three instead of two. You can just see here. Okay, so as always, we have to import and then put the statement over here so we don't type too much. And then now we can initiate our variables for the input users as we want three integers. So number one, number two, number three as an integer. And then we can print this to ask the user, and then this to assign the value to each variables. Then after that, we set the first input as the largest integer. Otherwise, yes, just it's as just the default value inputted by the user. And then after that, the the rest number will compare the input to the largest number. For example, here number two greater than the largest number? If it's yes, it will store into largest. If it's not, it will check another conditions here. Yes, number three is greater than largest. If it's yes, then it will store to the largest here. And then after that, it will print the largest integer is the largest value of the largest variable. So we can try here exercise 3. For example, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so the largest integer is 3, right? If we put all the input are the same, like 3, 3, 3, it's still 3. Because yes, it's the largest inputted by the user. Okay. If we put P2 and 1, it is 3 still. So yeah, that's it for number 3. I think my friend will
So Chandra, show the
explain the
question
next
number 4.
question. Yes, yes.
So this is the question number 4. Can you show the question number 4? A program receives input of three integers from the user. After receiving the input of three integers, the program provides output in the form of largest odd integer entered by the user. So this is the same question as 2, but there is only one thing it's extra is about 3 integers. In the question number 2, I have only 2 integers available. So it should be noted that there is also possibility that there also no odd number entered by the user at all. The same point that we noted in the question number 2 is same over here. So the it is 4. So you can see always like this is our preprocessor directive and this is our header file that we have to use. These two lines we have to remember at all the time. So first of all we will declare 3 integers over here, and this is our cout for that. Enter 3 integers number because we have 3, so we write our here 3
Man,
integers.
where's your? Oh yes, yes. Your screen? Oh yes, yes.
So after that you can see over here like see see in, like we have to do num1 num2 num2 3, save our numbers over there. So same as in the first one, first we have to, like you can see int largest odd is equal to -1. First of all we will declare this one again, and then here you can see if num1 mod 2 is not equal to 0, then it is called, this is the logic that I tell you in the second question also, that if this happen, this is called odd number. If this condition is true, then you can see if this condition is true, then largest odd will be is equal to num1. Same over here, we have to see num2 also because this is num1, because we have 3 integers, so we give it name like num1 num2 num3. So if number 2 modulus 2 is not equal to 0, then we will see like num2 is greater than largest odd number or not. If this condition is true, the program will run like will save largest odd equal to number 2. First it was number 1, but then after that it will give some condition and see after other. So it's same as number 2, we will see as number 3 over here. We will modulus 2 is equal to is not equal to 0. So this is the operator for not equal to in programming in C++ in mostly. This is the operator that we have to use. If number 3 mod 2 is not equal to 0, then it is called odd number also. Then we have to see if this condition is true, then if this condition is true, then we will see like number 3 is greater than largest odd or not. Then if this condition is also true, the program will save largest odd equal to 3. Like we have to, there are also possibilities that there will be no odd numbers also entered by the user. So we have to do this condition of also, we give this logic over here. If largest odd is equal to minus, the program will show output no odd numbers are entered. So this int l we have to use for the next line. This int l we have to use.
What?
Else
Wait,
the
I'm still
largest,
making a video.
if this is not happen, then we will see like the largest odd number is this one according to this conditions that we have given. So now you can see we are going to show it. So you can see now I will give like 3, 4 and 7. So you can see I give 3 integers. One was our even number over here 4, and it will do like a comparison between first integer and third integer 7 and 3. So you can see over here, it's the same. If you go towards the, I will give like no odd number, like no odd number like 2, 4, 6. Then you can see no odd number is enter over here. So it will be like I also give one more like I will give like 3, 3, 3. The largest odd number is 3 because it's same. It will see it will comparison and something like that. So it will be up. So this is all from me. The other will be by my friend, explained by my friend. The other question will be.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to explain the fifth questions here. Okay. A program receive an input of integer n After that, the program asks the users to enter n positive integer, and then the output of the program is the largest integer entered by the users. And then there is a note here, it should be note that user may enter a negative number where this case needs to be handled by the program by ignoring the numbers. Okay. So this is the code. As always, we have two lines here that a must, and then we can just declare the n input as 0. This is for the first input, and then the biggest number to store the biggest number entered by the largest number entered by the user later. Okay, so in this first 5 to 12 line, there is a loop here while this condition is true. Meanwhile, so it means this will keep looping until this condition is until this until it reach the 10th line because it breaks from the loop. Then here we have we ask the user to input and length the first input over here, and then it will stop only until the users input a number which is greater than 0. And after that, we can initialize our temp input as this ask the users to enter n positive integer. So we do input by the iterations of the n input previously inputted by the users. So while n input is greater than 0, for example, I input 1 here, and now while 1 is greater than 0, then it will ask the user to input a number which is stored to the temp input, and after that it will check is the temp input greater than the biggest number. If it's not, it will if it's yes, if it's fulfill these conditions, it will reach this line which store the temp input to the biggest number. If it's not, it will skip this line and then move on to the next line, which the temp input is greater than 0. Yes, the 1 is greater than 0, right? So now the n input will be minus by 1. This is same as equal to n input minus 1, like that. And then now, after this condition is false, it will reach, if it will eventually reach this line and then print the biggest number is the latest biggest number value that's stored to the biggest number. We try to run here, for example, wait, exercise, wait. Okay, we compile. We run, for example, 2 over here, and then it will keep us how many I put before. I mean, like 2 and 3. And then the biggest number is 3. If I input, should be noted that user may enter negative number and should be ignored. 9, 2, minus 1, 2, minus 2, minus 2. See, it's ignored it's ignoring the negative input by the user. So it will stop only if I input positive integer. And then it will show biggest number is 2 over here. Okay, I think that's it for number 5. Next question will be explained by my friend.
So I will explain the next question over here.
Yes.
Question number 6. So in this question, uh, a program received an input of an integer n. After that, the program asks the user to enter n integers. The output of the program is the number of odd numbers and the sum of all odd numbers entered by the user. So first of all, I will give any integer input n to the program, and then the output of the program will be the number of odd numbers in that number. Like I give a 10 number, it will give me like how many odd numbers between 1 to 10, and it will also give me the sum of odd numbers over there between 1 to 10. So question number 6, so this is the program, the code over here. So first of all, you can see we have to use the preprocessor directory and the header files over here. These two lines always have to write like this. After that, in main, same as always, and then first we have to int n, and also we give a odd count and sum of odd. First we have to declare these three inputs over here, and we have to give a we have to give a loop over here, like while if it is true, then the count we have to input the n of length like any integer over there, and then like here you can see sign, we have to like save this number over here in this input, we have to use this one. If that n input is greater than 0, then it will break over here, and further it will work over here like in then you can see here in temp p in if temp input is equal to 0, also we declare another number here. So we will find that how what is the output of that sum of odd numbers of or the factors of the odd number of that number. So this is the count over here. It will show see out, it will show the output on the screen, input number, same the number will be saved in here. If if this condition is true, then it will count the it will increment, or count, like if it is 1, then it is come again like it is 2 or not, same it will work over here, same as this one. And then at last you can see if this is right, then it will decrement again. So at the last the output will show like the odd count and the sum of odd numbers in the output. So you can see over here, like I give a integer 5, and then I will give 5 also, 3, 1. You can see odd numbers over here are how many? 4, 1, and there are like sum of odds. What is the sum of odds? 1 plus 1, 2, and then same 3 plus 5, 10, and 5 plus 5, it's 10. So this is the thing over here that we have to understand. So the other question will be understand by my friend Chandra.
Okay, I'm going to explain the question number 7 here. Okay, a program will run continuously asking the users to enter an integer and will only stop if the user enter a negative number. So it will keep asking the user, hey, input, input, input some value until the users is inputting the negative number. Then the program outputs are the largest positive integer, the average, and then the smallest positive integer that enter by the user. Okay. If the user never enter positive integer at all, the program output showing number 0 for all three requested informations. Okay. So here We try. First of all, we need these two lines here as always, and then we can start initialize our necessary variables with sum of input. This is the sum of all the inputs by the users, and then input count, which is will count how many number inputted by the users, and then the biggest number, and then the smallest number for output purpose. And now we can start the temp input. This is as a variable for the user to input it. While this condition is true, so it will keep loop this block of code. While this is true, then ask the user to input a number and then put into and then assign to temp input. After that, it will check if the temp input is less than 0, then it will break. It will stop the it will stop asking the input from the user if the users enter a negative number here. And then if the input count is 0, means this is the uh, first iterations of the input. It will assign the first input as the default as the default value of the smallest and then the biggest number variable. And after that, it will plus plus means plus by one input counts assign with input count plus one. So input count we use here as the how many input that entered by the users. And then sum of inputs is the sums of all the inputs entered by the users. And after that, it will check if the temp input is greater than the biggest number. If it's yes, it will store. Otherwise, it will skip. And then check the same for the smallest number. Check if it's smaller than smallest number. If it's yes, then it will store. If it's not, it will skip this line. And after that, after the input after the user inputs negative code, it will go out of this block and then move on to the next line, which is print the requested output from the questions. There are largest positive integer, largest, average, and smallest. Okay, largest, average, and smallest. Okay, like this. So let's try here. Compile it first. Seven. Now we can run 7. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and see, just like that. It will keep going until the users input negative number. And now the greatest input is, what is this? The largest number inputted by the users is 532 here, over here. And then the average is sum of all and then divided by how many it's inputted by the users. After that, this is the smallest number inputted by the user. Okay. I think okay, we try if the users never enter positive integer. All the program showing 0 for all 3 requested. Okay, so try here 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, minus 1. Okay, so it's all 0 as the requested by the questions. I think that's all for questions number 7. The next question will be explained by my friend.
So I am going to tell you about the question number 8. A program asks the user to enter a positive integer. First program will ask me to give a positive any positive integer. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, any number, 10, any number. So the output of the program will be like listed of all factors of the number. I give you 8 number, huh? Then the program output will be the factors of that number, 8 number. So it will tell me which factor is which factor that the number 8 have, like 1, 2, 4, 8. So this is the thing that the program will tell us. So this question number 8. So first of all, like we have to write the preprocessor directive and the header files over here, and then you can see these lines always same over here. And then first of all we have to initialize the or declare the input over here is equal to 0. Then we give a cout. The output will be like input number on the screen on the desktop, and then after giving the number what we have input over here, it will be stored over here. And then you can see we are using for loop over here. First int is equal to 1, and the input like I give you 8, it will work from 1 to 8 until here, and this will be the increment plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. After that, after this one, you can see there is a condition also. If input modulus I is equal to 0 or not, then you can if this is happen, then you can see this is, then you can say it is a factor of that number. So in the output there will be divisible by dash. So this is the thing. First we have to compile it. I think, uh, I write like 8. It will show me like 1, 2, 4, 8 are the factors. Divisible by 1 are also divisible by 2, also divisible by 4 also, and itself also. These are the 4 factors over here. Like you can see one more I will give you like uh, I will give you like, even I will give you a big number like 100, it will show all the factors. This is the thing that we have to understand over here. Like I will give the show all of the factors over here. So this is the program that we have to understand over here. So the next question will be explained by my friend Chandra Kasuma. Chandra,
Okay, okay. 9, yeah?
yes, yes, 9.
Okay, okay. Now I'm going to explain the number 9. A program asks the user to enter a positive integers, and then the output of the program is to write the numbers of the factor of the number. So it's basically same as the number 8 explained by my friend. The only difference is we don't print the all the factor number. We just put it in one variables and then count it. For example, for number 8, there are 1, 2, 4, and 8. So there is 4 number factors. So the output will be 4. Okay, let's see the code here. Okay. So the first things and always is these 2 lines over here, and then we can just start to initiate our necessary variables which input for the input users, and then the factor counts to count the number of factors of the number. And then after that, we ask the users to input a number and then assign it to input variables. After that, we start this loop, which is okay. I read this for you guys. So for while this e is less or equal than inputs, and then the initiate value of I is 1, it will it will execute this block of code. And then after that, it will increase itself by 1. I plus plus means I assigned with I plus 1. It's like that. And then it will keep looping until the conditionals is false. And then we'll move to the next lines, which is printing the factor count of that number. Let's just try to run the code. 9 and 9. See here, right? We input 8, there are 4, right? If we input 3, there should be 2. We input 10, there is 4. Yes, same. 1, 2, 5, and 10. Okay, that easy, guys. Think that's all for number 9. The last question will be explained by my friend.
So in the question 10, last question, a program asks the user to enter a positive integer, and the output of program is to determine whether the number is prime number or not. So what is prime number? Prime number is a number which have two factors, 1 and itself. So in this program, in this code, the program will tell us like the number is prime number or not. So this is the last question over here. You can see over here, first of all we have to use the preprocessor directive and header file over here. After that we have to declare the important variables like input is equal to 0 and the vector count is equal to 0, because in this one we have to count the factors. Is it have 1, 2 or more than 2? So this is the thing we have to do. Then the cout, the output we have to show is input the number, and the number will be stored here. Like we give 4 number, is it prime number or not? It will tell us later. So we use the for loop over here. First we have to use I, declare the I is equal to 1, and here one more condition, I is greater, I is less than or equal to input or not. Until this, from 1 to until this, it will work in a loop, and it will be a increment I plus 1, I plus 1, like it is 1, then I plus 1, 2, I plus 2, 3. So this is the thing, it will run like that. So here is the condition, input if input modulus I is equal to 0, then you have to count the factor over here. So this is the thing that we have to understand. Then we give another condition over here. If the factor count is equal to 0, if this thing is equal to 2, then we have to give the output cout that the number is prime number. This indel we have to use for change the line. So this is the thing. Otherwise, if this condition is not right, then the output will be like, say there is no prime number. So this is the thing I will show you now. I will compile it first. 1 minute. I will give a number, 4. You can see 4 is not a prime number, because it will count like it is divided by 1 also, it is divided by 2 also, and it is divided by 4 itself also. So if there is a prime number, it has only two factors, 1 and itself. Like I give 5, you can see 5 is a prime number. So this is the thing that program tell us, and this is the logic about the prime number in a program. So this is the thing that we have to understand. So this is all from us, Chandra.
Yes, I think that's all from us.
So this is all from us. Anything
And
else?
if you have any questions, just write on the comment below. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.